sex. But most of all, the way they treat these girls is what I'm mad at. Like the government does phones, all they want to do is tap that. Nash, let's move past that. Real talk, fact. Other rappers license, they don't ask cap and make raps, but it all was bad. That's a bad rap. You try to keep it fresh and make it smile. Call it bad rap.
I saw your submission. I think you got this. Just make sure you came saying. I saw the text and was like, okay, cool. Well, this ain't a game. See, that's the big homie. Reppin' HGA. In a sense, he paved the way. And since I know that the righteousness of God is what Kevin wears, it's only right I came up here and break a leg. Wait, Kevin wear, break a leg? See, that's that stuff I was contemplating that I should do for this Rapzilla contest. Like my posture when I speak. Should I lift Christ loudly or get on my mic Wazowski and show y'all I'm a monster with the ink? And just because I'm from Tampa Bay, that don't mean I need to team up with who the devil raised. Look, the devil ain't raised by the bus, the Prince of Peace is who we reppin'. So I'm forever hold this peace, like saying nothing at a wedding. Saying nothing at a wedding? Jesus, the perfect remedy I'm seeing. My penalty depleted and my enemies defeated. So 70 I'm reading, and now heaven I'm receiving. So departing from this conference won't be the only legacy I'm leaving.
Not a clothing store when I say he wore affliction. Listen, you're below down heaven. This won't sound better. There's so much pressure. You should know our treasure. He's seen our sin. He was around temptations like Motown Records. The universe came as a comet. But when he returns, he'll reign as a comet. Amongst the wicked, his name isn't popular, probably because they're blazing idolaters. You can flex your talents, but you should never challenge. He was rich, but became poor, like Edgar Allan. Against him, you have a big disadvantage, and the living water will do more than just wet your palate.
My sister would have been a virgin till she finished with school and had her first one by a surgeon instead of messing with dudes. Our leader never got murdered. The 9/11 victims would have survived. Cause the planes wouldn't have been in the sky. My grandmother still be living with the spirit of God. In the kitchen, fixing chicken saying, deliver me, God. I want to listen more in class than I'm dipping with squad. Or skipping fifth to hit the crib and put some peas in a pod. If you was mine, can you imagine who would still be alive? That served the purpose on his surface and got murdered or died. Malcolm X would still be a Mecca. Malcolm X would still be a Mecca on his knees to Mars. Making salat, fighting Fajr on his knees to Allah. Dr. King would still be marching, keeping freedom alive. With a dream that one day his nation of people gonna rise. B.I.G. wouldn't have died from them shots when I wish he was mine. You're the machine big enough to take us all at a time.
I'm my own worst critic. I see myself through a critic's eyes. But I don't do this for the critics. I do it for the criticized. So I don't do it for myself, but for victims of myself. But I'm my own worst critic, so I'm a victim of myself. It knocks me off balance, fighting imaginary battles. My friends are talented, I should just hide in their shadows. Sometimes that's how I feel. It sounds deep, only reveals that I'm shallow. Thoughts from a broad road, but I belong to the narrow. The gospel is hope for the sick and wounded, the afflicted and the persecuted. Hope for foreign rulers, the criminals, the victims of crimes, the targets and the shooters. The soldiers and civilians, on battlefields where blood is spilling, on street corners where homeless children sleep inside of abandoned buildings. Is there any hope, any hope, anywhere to go, and it ain't safe no more? When change don't come, so we close our mouths and don't say no more. Our hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. His sacrifice is priceless gift and freedom from the grip of death. Amen.
To be holy, see the judge says case dismissed. Now I want to act like my father called me Jaden Smith. Now my position is shifting. My sins are living with wicked, living in prison. Now a regenerate Christian, listen. So when you see me, I tell you just what happened. I went from dark to light. I guess I'm on that Michael Jackson.
B-Doe, what's up?
I don't know where Art went. He said I wasn't.
Yo, it's like mortifying the flesh is the art of war. I'm killing sin and I'm loving the Father more. I had more loose screws than an auto store. I'm hungry for the meat of the word. I'm a carnivore. I'll seek the Lord desperately on a hard floor and start cutting off limbs like Saw 4. Trust me, you don't want to hear a large roar from the Lion of Judah, the one whom we call Lord. You're like, the way he's talking is absurd. But God washed me, now I'm walking with the church. I recommend listening to Paul Washer or the Spurgeon. I'm going to get me a wife and I'm going to wash her with the word. It's like, no need for retention. His deeds doesn't mislead into thinking that it's me. So as I spit these suggestions, come to Christ so you can be in the light, just like Trip Lee's complexion. No need to question. No need to question. I'm all about sharing his beautiful truths because he sought us out caring. Now call him now Blair, because hell you'll go fam and we'll never see you like Charlie Brown's parents. Oh, you got the models, and you popping bottles, even hit the lotto, got green like avocado. So flee your lust. It was like performing at the Apollo, because Christ put his hands on a tree for us. He was descended, apprehended, and yes, his death was for me. But please remember, saints, that he's resurrected surely. Oh, the brothers in the faith looking out for me, because he was sent from glory. I'm riding with my big dogs. It's like the never-ending story.